So you're sitting on the edge. I think we do some people a disservice by starting laying down. So this is one thing that I like to start with. You're gonna take the ball behind you and put it in between the shoulder blades, and you're gonna lay onto the ball. We've done this in the mat class. And you're gonna stay sitting up and lace your hands behind your head and take your elbows forward. If you have a long torso, this is gonna feel like, oh, I don't have a lot of real estate behind me, that's okay. Your feet are on the floor, the feet are hip bone width. And then keeping your elbows narrow, you're gonna go ahead and take your spine back into extension as well as your neck. So you're gonna go all the way back. Beautiful. Just ask yourself, do I need to move my ball a little bit more down or forward? Everybody okay with this position? Great. And we're gonna begin to do an ab crunch. So we're gonna come up, 2, 3, feet stay down. And then we're gonna go all the way back into extension. How's that, Tori, okay? Yeah. And we're coming up, 2, 3, excellent. And down, 2, 3. So I got you moving without yelling a bunch of cues at you. Then I'm gonna remind you that as you come up, you're not really flexing your neck. You don't have to think about that. You're flexing your torso. Good, Colin. And then as you go back, your neck is safe because you have it resting in your hands. Just do 3 more. Inhale, now I'm adding the breath. And exhale through the nose as you go back. Good. So as you begin, Jenna, just think, I don't have to bring my head up. It comes up naturally. And back. What you want to feel shorten is the space between your lowest rib and the top of your head better. And then you kind of almost take it too far. So that your head rests in your hands more. Can you come up from here? Yeah. Good. Hard, yes? And then to come up, you're going to come all the way up again and reach for your right knee to prop yourself back up to a seated position. Throw your ball into the well. Interlace your hands together and flip your palms forward. We have a lot on our wrists and hands in level 3. We're going to take the arms up to the sky or close to it, and then separate the arms, and let's do our wrist stretches. So we're flexing the wrists, fingertips up. Start with your pinky finger. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Press the knuckles down. This is wrist flexion. Stay flexed in your wrists as you reach the knuckles forward. Good. And then remember that other one, palms open, thumbs up. Palms stay forward. We're going to tuck the thumb first, all 4 fingers around the thumb. Keep the wrists facing forward. Imagine you're pouring the last drop out of the sangria pitcher. Good. And then just go ahead and put your hands down on your lap. And a quick neck stretch. Take your right ear to the right shoulder. And come up. And then the left ear to the left shoulder. Bring the head up, interlace your hands behind the head. My anti-cell phone position, elbows forward. And then give a gentle press into your head. This is our cervical, which is our neck vertebra going into slight extension. So really let your head go back a little bit more. Yep. Good. And release. And then let's take a quick seated figure 4. Take your right ankle over your left knee. I like to keep the right hand on the knee and the left hand on the foot. Sit tall. And this is a hinge, a flexion from our hips only. So can you keep your spine straight as you hinge forward from your hips? And Colin's like, I don't really need to hinge forward. That's great. And come up. Feels good, right? And switch. So when people come in from a busy day, or in the morning when they're tired, Sometimes I question, do we need to have them lay down and then they sort of get out of their body, right? Tall spine. So hinging from the hips only, you're in a straight line from your tailbone to the crown of the head. So just ask yourself, is my neck in line with my spine? Excellent. And release. And then turn around and come onto your back for footwork. So there's lots of things that we could do at the beginning of a class. That was just an example. Heels together, toes apart, arms down by your side. Ask yourself, how's my head feel? Does my headrest need to come up more, or does it need to go flat or in between? And then instead of just feeling like, oh, this is relaxing, my whole body's relaxed, think of the opposite. Turn on, run some energy through your arms. Tighten your core without tucking your pelvis. Before you push out, can you magnetize your sit bones towards each other? Excellent. And inhale, press out. And exhale, come in. And inhale, press out. And exhale, come in. In footwork, we're supposed to move with our breath. We don't want to hyperventilate. So can you make the movement last with your inhale through the nose and last the exhale, which is hard if you're used to doing everything fast, which is most people. Do 2 more. Doesn't matter if I counted to 10. Your students don't need to know that we did 8 or 10. It doesn't matter. And then let's switch to arches. These can be feet together. I like hip bone width. Curl the toes over the bar and inhale, press out. And exhale, come in. So even though classically bird on a perch, you'll hear teachers say, I'm not the biggest fan of curling the toes over the bar. I actually like to just focus on the pressure that goes into the arch, which I find feels really good. So maybe you just feel for relaxing your toes and feeling the pressure into the arch. Lots of ways to do it, not wrong to teach others, but those of you that have a lot of tension in your feet, and it's easy for you to curl the toes over the bar, maybe that's not needed. Again, as the teacher, I don't need to say that, oh, I lost count. We don't even need to say that. Come all the way in. And then flex your feet and come onto your heels. Yep. Imagine your feet are up against a wall and they stay right there as you press out. And they stay vertical as you come in. So in a perfect world, the ankle joint is stable. Right? Not everybody is able to do that, but that's our goal. If you sickle your feet, you have to think about pulling the pinky side of your feet back. Are you breathing? Breathing in and out. All the way in. Moving on to the balls of the feet for tendon stretch. Think about the pinky toe. Also, we're parallel here. Think of your pinky toe print on the bar. Press all the way out. Lift the hips. And slowly lower 2, 3. Come in out. So I'm noticing that your feet are over here and your pelvis is here. So I think that we will notice that. Yeah, it's okay. Keep going, guys. You're lowering both heels and lifting both heels. So I'm having Allison separate her feet hip bone width, and she's been telling me that the doctor told her that one foot is longer than the other. So when I look down at you on the machine, this is higher. So as your teacher, I'm just going to do a little bit of this. This left hip is higher, the right hip is higher today. And then press out and lower and lift. make sure that they're not rolling in. And that's a very common pattern for most of us. That's a lot to concentrate on, right?
I got
Does
it.
it feel okay? Good. Bend the knees and come all the way in. Okay, so I like to have people just do this with me, even though you know that you're fancy and strong. Draw the knees into the chest and roll to the right side to come sitting up. So now choose, since we're talking about a group class and it's level 5, I'm going to keep you guys on a pretty light spring for the 100. So either 1 red spring or 2 springs of your liking. And remember, we put the foot bar down when we're not using it. So take your foot bar down. We have 2 springs or 1 spring depending on what you need. Come onto your back. So Tori, you probably noticed teaching these group classes, the 100 isn't super ideal, right?
Yeah.
So come onto your back. I'm just going to remind you of a few things that I like to do here. Grab your handles. I like to scooch a little bit away from the shoulder blocks. We're not going to lift our head yet. Bring your knees to tabletop, please. Flex your feet. And imagine everyone relax your core for a second. For me, my back kind of arches, right? Listen to this cue. Don't push your back to the mat. Press the top rim of your sacrum to the mat. Good. And then keeping the head down, go ahead and just take the arms down towards your hips, out to the side, around and up. We're going to do that 3 more times. And don't forget about how your core is holding your legs in tabletop. Great, everybody. Then keep those arms up to the sky. We're going to keep the knees where they are, and you're going to round up into your C curl. Now, if you have any head issues like Tori, she's going to keep her head down. Everyone else come up, unless you need to keep your head down. And then roll down and rest. And coming up into your upper curl. Beautiful. And roll down and rest. So as your teacher, I'm looking at everybody's C curl. If people come up too much or if they leave their shoulder blades behind. Excellent. And then good news is the head gets to stay down for now. Give a little pressure into your hands. Everybody flex your feet. And very slowly take your right leg out 45. Hold here, squeeze your booty, pull your belly button down, and then draw it back to tabletop. And take your left leg out 45. Squeeze your booty slightly, pull the belly in, back to center. We'll just do that one more time. Right leg out. It's an inhale. Exhale, bring it back to tabletop. Left leg out, inhale. And exhale. Now, if you'd like to rest, rest. If you're feeling good, round the head and shoulders. If you're feeling good, stay where you are, round the head and shoulders up. And as you come up, maybe both legs go out 45. And I might explain as a teacher, this is 100, but we're not going to do it. But that's how I might teach a mixed class, roll down and rest. Good. You bring the knees in and hang up your handles. Great. And everyone just draw your knees into the chest. Just take a little break. I probably wouldn't teach overhead and coordination. I usually skip right to the rowing series. So again, I want everyone to actually bring your feet down on the wood, scoot your booty a little bit to the left, and then roll to the right side. That's normally how I would keep my group class safe. Choose your 1 spring for front rowing. So for me, I would choose a blue, especially if I had neck issues. Column for sure a red. Scoot your booty back and extend your legs out. We're going to do rowing 3, 4, 5, and 6. So we take the thumbs. and we pick up the handles, and we're going to the chest. If you need to bend your knees a little bit, that's totally okay. So we go out to the diagonal. I teach this all the time in class. Touch down, reach the arms to the eyebrows, circle around. You're still in relationship with your springs, and then this is where you lose the tension. So we go out, inhale, exhale, touch the mat, go tall. Inhale, lift it up, circle around. Elbows drag up, reach it out, touch, down, really nice. Notice if you're, keep moving, if you're leaning against the shoulder blades, that's shoulder blocks, that's cheating. Out, touch, down, nice adjustment, Melissa, and circle around. Now rowing from the hips, flex your feet. This is like a forward fold. Inhale, exhale up, and circle around. And again, we'll do 4 more. Reach forward. Like you're up against a wall with your whole body. Good. Inhale, reach forward. Dive over the legs. Reach up. Good. I'm right in line, Melissa, about her feet. Reach forward. A lot of times we just have to finish bringing the head all the way up as well. One more time, reach forward, up to the sky, and circle around. Switch your grip. Come into a cross-legged position. Shave the head. Is that right? Yeah. So sometimes, is it hug a tree first? I thought so. Okay, arms out. All right, so a nice reminder with hug a tree is that the arms are lower than your shoulder blades. We come together, 2, 3, listen closely. Can you flex your biceps and triceps as you open, so you're getting your money's worth? Good. Inhale, come together. And exhale. As we do 3 more, can you think about a golden thread on the crown of the head lengthening you to the sky? And sometimes that makes me grip in my throat tissue. So I think about my head like a helium balloon. Excellent. Switch your legs. If you have to use your hands, that's okay. We have choices. Classically, with shake the head, the pointer fingers are touching. If your shoulders feel tight today, you can have your thumbs very close to the ear holes. Hinge forward. This is reminiscent of the seated figure 4 that we did at the beginning of class. We go out, 2, 3, and bend in, 2, 3. Look past your foot bar. That's the cue that I use for people who overtuck their chin here. Very nice, everybody. And imagine that your shoulder blades are widening towards your armpits. You have 1 more. Inhale, press out. Good. Exhale, bend it in. And then hang up your handles on the pegs. Very nice. So technically, what would come next would be the long box, swan, pull straps, the T, backstroke teaser. Everyone step to the right and come to 1 red spring. And then grab your long box. So you notice that I'm having you guys step to the right so that we're not running into each other. So I'd like to remind you all of the cobra on the belly. So put your foot bar up. This is not classical, but you see this taught a lot, and I think it's a really good prep for pull straps and T. You're actually going to come on your tummy facing forward. extension of the upper body. And your hands are going to be on the ends in a slight angle like so. Yep, your forehead is right over the, And I actually like to cue to rest your forehead on the bar. I'm going to speak to the legs first. So press the pubic bone down and see if you can slowly lift your legs without shoving the front of your hip bones into the mat. Please flex your feet. Get really straight in your knees. So what I want you to feel is that your hamstrings and your booty are holding your legs up. And then just float your head a centimeter off of the foot bar, shoulder blades down, elbows wide. You're going to straighten the arms and press the carriage out. You're going to keep your arms straight and start to come in just a little bit and come into extension in your back. Stay with me, everyone. So you're going to start to pull in and lift up. Keep those arms straight, Melissa. And then you're going to push back and find your plank position. You're going to keep your head looking down as you bend the elbows and come in. This is a hard exercise to teach. It's a little confusing. Let's talk about it again. Pressing out, 2, 3, and then pulling it in, 2, 3 for extension. And then we press out and you go into your plank position, which is, you can think about what plank is, and then bend the elbows, shoulders away from the ears. So nice. And again, press out, 2, 3, and bend it in, come up, arms straight, press out, listen closely. As you bend your elbows in, shoulder blades are down. So it's the muscles around the armpits, serratus anterior. One more time, press out, pull it in, press out, and bend the elbows and come in. Then everyone swing their legs to the right and step out. And then take your foot bar down again. So now we're gonna do pull, straps, and T. Now, I like to do pull straps on the blue. If you have any neck issues or back issues, it's good to lighten the load. This bar comes forward so that you can access always this way. All right, you're gonna come onto your tummy. Boobs on the box, boobs off the box, chest off the box. Take the handles off and out to the side and choke up on the reins with your hands. Yeah, and you're right, you can take those handles through your hands. Let's actually do that so that we don't make a lot of noise when we do this exercise. This is one of the hardest things to teach in a group class. You want to hang on as high as you can with your arms without pulling your carriage out. And let your head relax down. Let your legs relax. Good. So just like in Cobra that I just taught, you're going to use your back of your thighs and your butt to lift those legs up. So Colin and Melissa, your challenge is to get really straight in the back of your knees. Flex your feet, and here we go. Inhale as you start to pull back into pull straps. You lift your chest. This is extension. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. And slowly exhale, your head gets to relax down. Your legs are still working. Head down, head down, head down. We do 2 more. Inhale. The arms stay very close to you. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Don't overextend the neck. Exhale, slowly return. This is just as much of a butt exercise as it is extension. Uno mas. Pulling back. Lift the chest. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. Beautiful. Exhale, release. And then slide your hands down to the ends, like maybe onto the actual hardware for the T. So the arms go out to the side. Keep your carriage in. Keep your carriage in. So this is a great example of if our handles are too short. Your hand should technically be in line with your shoulder. Make sense? So arms are out, wrists are down. Now you're in a plank position, so the chest starts neutral, your spine is neutral. Inhale, pull back. It's like the pinky finger goes towards your hips. Don't forget to lift up, Melissa. And then you return to a plank position. So ask yourself, is my neck in plank? Is my spine in plank? And again, 2 more. Inhale, lift. Very nice, everybody. Exhale, return. The wrists are always pointing down. And inhale, lift up. Very nice. It's getting so much better. And exhale. Whew, very nice. Listen closely. Take both straps in your right hand. Swing your legs out to the right, to the right, to the right. And then I'm going to have everyone turn around and do that modified teaser. So one hand in each strap behind you, and you're going to sit on the end of your box and have your feet on your foot bar. So this is another place where you might notice my straps are too short. Does that make sense? So we're going to do that modified teaser just because we're talking about a group class. Almost everyone needs to bring their booty way closer to the edge of their, which is where your tailbone would be when we do teaser anyways. So the first thing that we do on this modified teaser that I like is in concert, we bring the hands forward, we lift one leg up at a time. And just hold with your legs bent. And just feel your relationship with the handles and the box underneath you. And then I want you to slowly bring your fingertips eyebrow height. That's where we would start. And it's not a big movement, it's just lowering a couple inches and lifting. Never ever do the arms go past the hip joint when we do teaser ever. Excellent. And then simultaneously let your arms go back and put one foot down at a time. So that's a great place to stay. We're going to do 2 more. If anybody wants to come into actual full teaser, go ahead and straighten your legs and come into your crucifix position, laying down onto your back. If you're digging this version, we're going to do that again. So no matter where you are, right? So this is beautiful. Melissa's staying with the modified position, so it's a great way to teach a group class. So same thing for you, Melissa. Everyone's going to get a little head start in their body. They're going to start to scoop the arms forward, bring a little bit head start with the upper body, and then your toes are eye level. You're doing the same thing with your knees, both knees bent, Melissa. And I want everyone to kind of lift your arms a little bit more to start. It starts up here, and then we lower and lift 3 times. It's not that big of a movement. Great, Colin. Totally cool to have your knees bent. If your legs are straight, the toes are eye level, and then very slowly we're going to come back to where we came from. I did get this for you, sorry, I just forgot. And we'll do that one more time. Your carriage should be all the way in. Here we go. Scooping the palms up. Bring the arms a little higher. Let's do circles. We're circling for 3, 2. Good, Melissa. And then slow your roll, go back. So nice.
You don't have to give them a break in between.
Huh?
You don't have to do a break in between if someone's super advanced, right?
I was. That's just me. Yeah. Throw the handles into the well. And then I like to reach for my right knee with both hands to come up. You can do a teaser. So that's a really good point. So Jen has you stay up and do, right? And so that's really smart because Jen wants to keep Colin as a client and Colin loves to be challenged. And that's great. I would never do that. I'm not physically capable of doing that. There's not a lot of Collins in Pilates practice. That's why I love it. Okay, step out. I don't love short walks. That's just a personal preference. Does anyone need a review on short walks? I feel like we're pretty clear. However, one really good trick that I like to do is chest expansion seated. So let's do it. You're gonna, everybody come onto one red spring. So switch to one red, everybody. I feel like we're all capable of this. Your headrest is down. You're gonna hang up the handles on your legs. And we're gonna sit facing our headrest and put the feet in the headrest. Tori, this is a great, I teach this almost every group class. So if you think about doing chest expansion, kneeling, right? You can't spot every single person. I literally had one girl fall forward and chip a tooth. Ooh, that would always stay in my mind. So group class, lots of levels, not that you guys are lots of levels, but this is in my wheelhouse for sure. So take your hands through your handles and grab your reins. And almost every exercise, the carriage should be in. So just check yourself, right? And check your students. So sitting really tall, ribs in, it's chest expansion. Pull back, squeeze, think of knuckles to the ground. Look right, look left, center, and come forward. And pull back and squeeze. Look left, look right, look center, and forward. Now I'm gonna add some cues. Try not to pop your ribs. Pull back. This is a lot of shoulder blade squeezing. Look right, look left, center. Beautiful, everybody. I'm seeing a lot of straight wrists. Keep it up, pull back. We'll do 2 more. Look left, look right, center. You can also totally throw out looking right and left. Let's just try it. Pull back, squeeze, and just breathe. And bring it forward. And then one other really good thing that I like to do here, as a teacher, I'm just gonna add another spring for y'all so that I don't have to get everybody out of position. You do that a lot when you teach Pilates, which can sometimes be a bad habit to not teach your clients, but this is one where I do this. This reminds me of little half roll downs. Knees and feet together, tall spine. This is the 10-9-8 curl, which means I want to move my pelvis before I round my upper spine. Squeeze your glutes, start to curl back. So you get to choose. Maybe you go to like your teaser. Maybe you want to go all the way to the low back, like your C curl, and come all the way up to a tall spine. And curling back. Some people like to go all the way into extension here. That's legal, so that's great. If it's somebody you're feeling that. And then come up, 1 vertebra at a time. Nice, everybody. How's that feel? Good. And again. So, an accessible exercise to teach in a group class. I often do this instead of teaser. Awesome, Jenna. And chin to chest come up. Beautiful. Let's just do one more. Yeah. So nice. Excellent. Yeah, way to try that, Tori, and then listen to your body. And then we'll hang up the handles. And everyone step out to the right. And please put your bosses back. Remember, we want to bend the knees, make sure we don't stress. choose your 2 spring combination. So that would probably be 2 reds for Colin or anyone else that's really strong. For me, I like a red and a blue. Put your foot bar up. So as you all know, we got pretty advanced in our long stretch, right? It's a lot. It's down, up, plank, arabesque, all that. I'm gonna do what I would normally do in a class. So I'm gonna have everyone stand up, almost like you're gonna get ready for elephant. So hands on the foot bar and stand up. And you're gonna put your toes in the headrest, literally in the headrest. All 4 fingers, including the thumb, are on the bar, and you're gonna, without pushing your carriage out, come into your plank position. If you need to rest here. Good. Remember, your neck is part of plank along here. Turn your legs on like crazy and press out like 4 inches. And come all the way in, the carriage goes plank. Beautiful. Press out. So good, guys. And come in. Everybody pushes out way too far in long stretch. Press out and in. One more time. Can you turn on your booty to find strength in your core here? Excellent. And then lower down to the knees softly and bring your feet against the shoulder blocks or down stretch. So at first I want everyone to come back a little bit like you would be in knee stretch, round. And just do like 3 cat-cows. So your hips should be behind your knees and you're not pushing your carriage out. So when we look forward, that's extension. So everyone stay here with me. Melissa, take your hips back more behind your knees. And then when we curl under, that is flexion, right? So let's go back into extension, and then bring your hips forward and tuck your tailbone and find extension this way. Good. Shoulders back, and we press out. And as you come in, think about someone takes your sternum and lifts you up. Press out. Use your hamstrings to press out. And come up. It's like this feeling. So good. And again, so even though there's 3 of these, I find this exercise hard and I might do 5. It's not wrong. Think of pushing through the backs of your legs and come up. This is one exercise where our neck doesn't really move, which makes sense because we're still in extension, so the neck is still in extension. Excellent. And then come standing for elephant. I rarely teach up stretch. Bring your feet up against the shoulder blocks. Take your hips back. Imagine that I take your hips and pull them back. I want you to feel like a spiraling feeling here. And here we go, elephant. Inhale, press out through the legs. Pull the legs in. So because we're in flexion of the spine, the neck should also be in flexion. So I'm going to remind Melissa to look down. Press out and in. If you want extra credit, lift your toesy-woesies. We call that active feet. And just notice if you're pushing with your arms, we secretly sort of do that. I have a tendency to, if I see that, grab someone's shoulders and hold it there. So nice. Really good. Come all the way in. Roll, come down to the knees. Bring your feet against the shoulder blocks. So that's my long stretch in a group class, right? Can you imagine teaching up stretch and arabesque? People do it. People do it. They do. Take your right ball of the foot to the foot bar. You guys know that I love this stretch. After long stretch, and go ahead and just bring your hips forward. We're not pushing your carriage out. It's just like a nice lift of the chest. Get out of those shoulders, Melissa. Pull the left arm up. This is a little bit of a balancing act, and take a side bend. And see what happens when you squeeze your left booty. And then release. And then toe heel, your right arch to the corner of the bar, both hands come to the inside. This is a runner's lunge stretch, so you just get to go forward, the right knee gets to go out a little bit, squeeze your left glute, and ask yourself, how can I improve my posture here? Can I pull my shoulders back? Am I gripping in my face and my neck muscles? Can I soften? Maybe I can smile. Good. And then switch legs will do the exact same thing. So we're gonna take the left ball of the foot right in line with the hip. So that left heel is going down. This is a good way to stretch. Bring your hips forward, shoulders back. Yeah, Jenna's putting a pad underneath her knee. I should have asked, does anyone need a pad underneath their knee? Squeeze your right booty. We're gonna take the right arm up now and side bend up and over. What kind of flexion is this? Anatomically, what kind of flexion do we call this? Lateral flexion, good. And then take your left hand to the inside of your foot and toe heel the arch. I call this runner's lunge. Hips forward, the left knee gets to go a little to the left. Squeeze the right glute. So you can see how this is mostly a safe, easy go-to for a big class. And release. Everyone step out to your right. Okay. Stomach massage. And turn the AC on. You can turn the AC on, yes. Yeah. Does anyone feel like they need stomach massage review? I don't. Okay. That's something that I would probably skip. We did chest expansion. Oh yeah, I'm gonna do thigh stretch now. Actually, technically, you would leave the bar. You would take the bar down. I'm gonna leave it up because I'm gonna do a stretching series after this. So everyone add one more spring. Doesn't matter which one, it's kind of a cheater way to do it. Because it kind of doesn't. So come onto your knees. If you're advanced, your toes, no, that's not true. That's for chest expansion. Everyone come knees up against the shoulder blocks. Grab your handles. All right, so if your handles are really short, I will let people do it like this. But if they are a little longer, you're gonna take your hands through the handles and choke up on the reins. Remember, we don't ever start with the carriage open, so just make sure you're in the right place there. Find a tall spine. Pull, zip up pubic bone to belly button. And we're gonna hinge from our knees. Yep. Staying really straight, chin goes down towards the chest. You're going to use those strong quads to come up. So we're not doing extension, Jenna. Bring your hands up here a little more, I think. So we want to feel like a straight line. We're going to do 4 more. From the knees, the hips, and the shoulders. Hinging from the knees. Does this hurt anyone's knees? Please be honest. Great, and come up. So if anyone said, yes, sure it does, I'd have them ditch the handles, put the hands on the railings, and maybe do cat-cow. Hinging back. Good, everybody, and come up. So yeah, Jenna's going into extension, so come back up. I want you to think about, like a guitar string from here to here that you don't stretch out. So again, this ease lunge series is not in the book. I teach it almost every single class. Bring the hands on the foot bar, and your right foot will be in line with the leg of the machine, and the left foot will be up against the shoulder block, and the left knee can be down. Does anyone need a pad underneath their left knee? You good, Jenna? Yep. How about your feet? We're good. So as you go down into a lunge, feel the stretch of your left hip. Listen closely. Put all the weight in your front right hip so that you can turn on your right knee to come up. Great. And you rise up. I'll do this 3 to 5 times. And going down. I'll often come over and just make sure that that right knee is stacked over the right ankle. Put all the weight in your front right heel. Feel your right glute coming up. That seems easy, but a lot of times people don't have a sense of that right knee being stacked and come up. So I'll tell people to go down and look, right? So go down and just check it out. Is your right knee over your right ankle? Good. And come up. And then please just straighten the right knee. So right leg goes straight. And find your hamstring stretch. Go down and stay, please. This is not about finding the biggest, most giant stretch. I want you to invite your right hip back a little bit. That's the feeling. And come up. We'll do 2 more. And go down. And come up. I really like how Colin has sort of taken the hands off. You can try this with both hands on the hip, or maybe even just your left hand on the bar. Lots of variations here. Good, nice control, everybody. Come all the way up, and then we're gonna all pivot to the left and do our, I call it like the hockey goal stretch. So now the right foot is gonna be just barely inside of the right leg. Right of the leg of the reformer. This left foot, 2 options. I like it at a slight angle, but if it feels good on your ankle to go flat, you can. It's important that both toes are forward. And then the heel of the hands go to the opposite side of the wood. You start shoulder width. Now, be easy. You're gonna press out as far as it feels good. And you might walk your hands to the left with you. Some people like that. Keep both legs straight as you come in. The carriage doesn't have to close. How's that feel, everybody? Good. No knee pain? No? Okay. So do 3 more. This is my favorite. So, in this position, we want the neck in line with the spine. And I think about almost being in a plank position. Ask yourself, can I drop my shoulders down away from my ears? Full body exercise. If this hurts your knee, I want to know. Come all the way in, step out, walk around to the other side. How's that feel? Good. All right, so we start from the beginning. Eve's lunge. This is named after Eve Gentry, 2nd generation teacher. All right, so go ahead and go down into your lunge and just look at your front knee. Make sure it's stacked over the ankle. Yep, a lot of people like to look down, look forward, and then put all the weight in your left heel to come up to turn on your left foot. So nice. 4 more. Inhale. Do we want to think about square hips? Yes, mostly, but in the down back position, that's impossible. But we don't want to go into like a huge hip opener. Yeah. And then straighten the left leg completely. And we'll do 3 of these. As you go back, halfway stretch. The left foot is inside of the wood. Right foot comes to the machine. Remember, it can be at a slight angle or flat. Take your hands shoulder width across. Draw your shoulder blades down. And let's do 4 of these. So as your teacher, I'm just kind of reminding myself, since you all are doing this nicely, I'm just going to have a little silence rather than mark a bunch of cues. It goes a long way. And I might just cue the breath. Inhale, press out. Exhale, bring it in. Great. So good. Come all the way in. So I wouldn't say this to my class, but we're at 53 minutes, right? So I'm gonna go through my brain and ask myself, have we rotated? Have we extended? Have we flexed? We haven't done a lot of rotation, right? So set up your springs for footwork and come onto your back. And grab your ball again, please. Sorry, I should have set that before going onto your back. And take the ball in between your knees. And then grab onto the pegs with your hands right by your ears and draw your knees into the chest. Flex your feet. And we're going to take the knees over to the right. How far? As far as it feels good on your back. And from your abdominals, slowly bring it back to center. So your feet should be as wide as your knees. Always, always, always. Take the knees to the left. This can be small or big.
Are we trying to keep our hips down?
No, you can take it as far as it feels good in your back. Bring it back to center. Now the way that we make this more advanced is to bring the knees in tabletop. But if you're happy with the knees close to the chest and you have back issues, that's great. So you get to choose. We're going to do one more each side. Notice if you can soften the energy in your face. How's that feel, everybody? How's that feel for you, Melissa, with some of that? Yeah? And then come back through center. If I had 10 minutes, I might have you put the ball underneath your pelvis and do the ab series. Throw the ball into the well. So since we're at, 55 minutes, I'm just going to take you guys